170. .186. .188. Ooh, that was terrible. The if I can reproduce it, the hands ended up. See the gap right there? Because my hands, instead of ending up on the grip, ended up kind of buckled. And when you reach a level of proficiency that I have, you know what your mistakes are, so fix them without launching the round. Because you know it's a bad position, fix it. Yeah, there it is again. Did it again. Better, much better. That was about right there. Cool. Hey guys, welcome out to the range. Today I wanted to do a brief video to cover the question and a comment that was made about the name Tier 1 Citizen. I've told this story before, but every once in a while I have to drag the information out and present it to people again. This morning I was communicating with someone who's doing some work for me. That I asked him where the name of his company came from, because he's got a really cool name to his company. And so I asked him where the name came from, and I realized I should probably do this video for you guys. Many years ago I was at a Dave Spalding class in Ohio, and I was in my hotel room that evening, and one of my students contacted me and he says, hey, back then I was building rifles, and he says, hey, would you build a rifle for me? I said, sure. So I reached forward to the coffee table, grabbed my phone, opened up a file, and I said, what are we doing? And he said, well, what do you see the Tier 1 operators running from time to time? And I remember going like this with my phone. I went, and I slapped the phone down, and I said, who cares what the Tier 1 operators are doing? Be a Tier 1 citizen. And instantly I went, and I reached forward, grabbed my phone, and as he and I are talking, I write Tier 1 Citizen. Had no clue what I was going to do with that, but I love the name Tier 1 Citizen. And so I just kind of left it off in the corner. And those of you who've been on this channel for a long time know that this channel used to be called Abner Miranda. Probably mostly because I didn't fully understand how social media worked. I predate social media. I've been doing this so long that I predate social media. When I got into doing this, YouTube was commercial free. There was no Twitter. Facebook was brand new. There was no Instagram. MySpace, I believe, was still up. And anyway, so I didn't fully understand how social media worked. And by the way, guys, I apologize for the wind. Wow, the tripod's being pushed. I apologize for the wind. This is the reality of training in Tennessee. Anyways, I didn't understand social media, so this channel was actually called Abner Miranda. And then I changed it to Tier 1 Citizen, added my logo, that little guy right there, Chuckles, which pretty soon is going to be a sticker that you guys can buy. Yeah, I sat on the name Tier 1 Citizen for a while because I just didn't know what to do with it. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that that really is the name that matters the most to me. The Tier 1 Citizen is the guy and the gal who's in charge of their own safety and the safety of those within their sphere of influence. And you know, when you go to church, when you go to a restaurant, when you're out with family, you're responsible for their safety. If you have the skill, the training, and the will, then you're responsible for their safety. And it's that simple of an equation for me. So that's why Tier 1 Citizen is what it is. Actually, I guess I should clarify this point. The reason that my student asked me that question, what do you see the Tier 1 operators running, is because from time to time, back then I was doing a lot of training, and I had the opportunity to train with Tier 1 operators from time to time. And so I had a chance to train with SEALs, Delta, Green Berets, Force Recon, Marine, I forget what they are. I forget what they're called, but basically Marine Special Forces. And the places I was going, I was rubbing shoulders with these guys, and it was really cool to pick up the different ways that each team and each group does things. So you throw all that stuff together and eventually you get this mental image of how to approach a problem. And it's really quite cool because, you know, you have this one problem, and you see how all these different units deal with that one problem, and subconsciously you start picking up what the solution to that problem actually is. So that's why he asked the question. That's why Tier 1 Citizen is what it is, because I've taken all the knowledge that I've picked up over the years and I've distilled it into this stuff. It's like, for example, what I'm wearing. This is what I wear on a daily basis. I hide in plain sight. My jeans are sewn up the back pocket so that it holds magazines. You can take a magazine and slide it into the back pocket and it stays upright. Why? Because I'm trying to hide in plain sight. I'm trying to not stand out. So you make choices that you can live with, number one, because you can have the coolest system ever, but if you can't live with it, then it's pointless. It's like all the war belts that people are wearing these days. Guys, I get it. If that's game theory and it's fun to you, fine. Go do it. It's fun. It is. It's fun. I do it all the time. But if you can't wear that to go grocery shopping, I've been to classes where day one was the war belt and day two was concealed. And the first half of day two was a bunch of people reaching for guns that were no longer there, and then realizing they needed to be reaching here, and instead of reaching for a Glock 17 with an optic and a whole bunch of candy on it, they were now reaching for a Glock 43 and a tiny little holster. And they were throwing away 600 rounds from day one and 200-ish to 300 rounds from day two. And by the end of day two, they were finally dialed back in again, but now the class was over. It's a waste of energy, guys. So that's what I've got for you guys. No doubt I just heard someone run to the comment section. Whatever, Hot Pockets. So yeah, that's what I've got for you guys today. Simple is best. As you guys know, my videos tend to take different shapes at times, but simple is best when it comes to concealment, when it comes to your everyday carry setup. And as you guys know, it's not getting better out here, it's getting worse. As always, I thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for your support of Tier 1 Citizen with your donations and with your sling purchases. As always, God bless you all. Get those guns out and practice. Have a good one.